Good evening everyone, Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Welcome to your Tuesday night updates. Before we begin this evening, hit that like button, tap the subscribe button if you can, and of course tick the bell to stay updated the moment we release a new video. Yesterday, didn't have an opportunity to make a formal video for the start of the week, but I ended up getting on the Discord and recording a video on TradingView. So if you're not part of the Discord, you can find the links down in the description and of course in the banner down below on the right hand side. But without further ado, BTC, where are we at? Where are we going this week? So continuing on from last night's analysis, we've been slipping for a little while now since the 16th, let's say that, the 16th of June, and we are sitting at the 22nd at the moment. It hasn't taken us long to get back down around this 31,000 mark. And look, yesterday I did make a point of this level of demand where we sit. We've had a number of retests to the left, and two of those have just caused a little bit of front run, so not formal retests, but the one here on the 20th of May was, and we had a really big reaction off this level of demand, and it is quite strong and it is a high quality level. And by high quality, I mean it resides on a market pivot point where we pivoted from being bearish to being bullish in this time frame and moved up and created our higher highs. So this level at 30k is significant in my opinion. And in this instance, we've got 30k. We've also got Steamroller being quite oversold, quite exhausted. And we've got the RSI bouncing off our level 30. So we've got 30 RSI at 31.65 at the moment. We've got Steamroller and we've got a level of demand. So, a couple of things lining up for a decent bounce or even some respected price action at that point. So that looks okay. If we throw on Gravy Train, we can see where we're at in terms of this. If we have a look at the previous market structure and the previous cloud structure for Gravy Train, you can see on the left hand side of my screen that we are creating single lines or even respected cloud structure to the left hand side in terms of Gravy Train. So that looks okay for lining up with our level of demand to the left. So you can always use Gravy Train in that instance to further validate the TA that you've been drawing on the chart. If you want to know more about Gravy Train, you can find out down below in the link. In the link in the description about that. Excuse me. Or go to www.unitytradinggroup.com/gravytrain to find out more. There is a 5-day free trial, no obligation free trial for you guys to have a look and have a go. But with Bitcoin, it does very much look like we'll test that 31, even that 30k area of our level of demand that's sitting underneath here. Let's draw the horizontal line in there to really give us an idea. So you're looking at 30700 for our top of our demand level, but 30k has been tested before. You can see the wick to the left hand side here on the chart to validate that zone existing. So a few things to look out for BTC. That's really all I wanted to say. If we are to get a bounce from this level here in terms of our level of demand, it's a little bit hard to gauge where that would go immediately because we haven't seen where the end of the price action would be. But let's say we hit 30k, hypothetical, you can even argue that we could see a further movement down and then look at a retest scenario at around 34,000. That was really what I said yesterday as well. So you might not see a movement straight through this level. It might fluff around for a little bit like that, for example, and have a retest at around 35,000 at around the 50 Fibonacci there. But that Fibs isn't set in stone. I'd reiterate that point. Because we haven't reached that level, we haven't made a movement to the upside to confirm where that Fibs should be drawn to. So we'll leave it at that. ETH, moving on, has been slipping quite substantially. We are drawing closer to our level of demand here that was drawn quite some time ago in March this year, a couple of months ago on the 4 hours, about to say last year, March this year, and we had a retest to the right hand side of that structure there. So you got one and one retest, and of course we're about to see the next retest. I think it's in the same boat as BTC, to be quite honest, because it does look like it will have a little bit of relief at this point in time. I could be completely wrong. Don't take it as a grain of salt, of course, not financial advice, but it does look like it might have a little bit of relief at this point, and the same sort of thing applies where we're looking for a level of reversal, especially even if it is on a smaller time frame, to give us a point where we could see a potential relief go to. And that looks like around here, in my opinion, and it is quite small, it is quite insignificant at this point, but 2200 might be the play that ETH is looking towards for now. Whether or not we get a further move to the downside from that point is another argument entirely, and we'll have to really see what the chart and what ETH looks like at that point when we do, if we do get back to 2200 at this point. Next one we'll look at is the dominance. So BTC dominance is surging to the upside. That's what's causing these markets and these coins to really take a little bit of a hit. You can see, if I switch to the BTC pairs, how they are mostly in the red. So it's just a sea of red currently, and that is mostly due to the dominance chart. And I have made a point in the past where you need to be charting up the dominance to really gauge what direction the market is going to head towards. So in this instance, if we are moving to the upside, and I said this last week, if we are moving to the upside for the dominance, you will find that a lot of the alts move in the opposite direction. And of course, as we do slip down for the dominance, we will see the altcoins move to the upside. And you can see that if I overlay two charts together, we can see that the dominance in this instance, as we have looked at the top here, and we've got Binance coin on the right hand side. Now you can see here, you can see the two circles and the movement of the cursor on either chart. As we move down with the dominance, you can see we do move up with Binance coin. And if we are moving down, if we're moving up, we're also moving down in this instance. So even if you move back a little bit and we come back and we zoom out just a touch, we can see these two sections of the chart are correlated very nicely, where we are descending in the dominance and we are ascending for the BTC pair, in which this is Binance coin. So something to think about and something to keep on your radar. It's like cheating. If you're using the market cap, the BTC dominance to trade, to determine the trend, let's use Gravy Train as a good example of that. And let's put Gravy Train back on this chart. If we go invite only and we go to Gravy Train, you can see the difference immediately before it loads. It is still loading. Is it going to load? Doesn't look like it is. No, it's having a fit. Anyway, doesn't matter. As this descends, if we flick over to BNB, you can see the same market structure is ascending, and it is going off an overall trend, and it is very, very accurate. So make sure you keep on top of that if you're not trading the BTC dominance already. Anyway, as we are slipping quite substantially, we won't go too much into altcoins. We'll have a look at the DXY and then we'll call it a night for the update. You can always find us. You can always find us in the Discord. You can always ask questions. You can just type ads to tag me in the Discord, and I will endeavor to get back to you as quick as I can. And I do encourage you to tag myself, tag Ty, tag any of the guys that are most active in the Discord, and I'm sure a lot of them will oblige and will help you or answer any questions that you might have. But generally, myself and Ty are quite available in the sense of the Discord if you just tag us. So anyway, DXY, this is a regulated market, of course, not financial advice, just ideas and opinions of us here at UTG. There is a level above us that is quite substantial and can be used for a further movement to the upside if we are to have one as an area of interest. And that resides at around 92.6. So in terms of that is a low quality level of supply. In this instance, we are in the middle of a trend towards the downside in this point in time, but it does coincide very nicely with our 61.8 Fibonacci extension point. And I have no idea what's going on with my chart. I do apologize, but that looks okay for the DXY, providing we can get past this previous structure. So there is quite a lot of liquidity to the left-hand side in this area here, and it will cause a little bit of dramas if we don't push through that, within today or even towards the end of the week, because we will fall back towards our 23.6, seemingly looking at this chart structure at the moment. And that is due to not making high highs and not continuing the market structure. We are looking like we could change the market structure here at the 27, creating a lower high and then continuing down and creating a lower low. But it does remain to be seen, and we will keep on top of this over the course of, or even the remainder of this week. But anyway, thank you all for joining me tonight. I'm Ads from UTG. Of course, you can find all of our links down below, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.